The Greater Manchester Police, tasked with protecting the vulnerable, now finds itself under scrutiny. The Independent Office for Police Conduct is investigating potential failures to protect children from exploitation. Operation Augusta, launched in 2004, aimed to expose a horrific ring of abuse but was prematurely shut down. The investigation unearthed a dark underbelly of Manchester. The IOPC investigation is a chance to answer questions that have haunted Manchester for years. Above all, it reminds us of the human cost of these failures. Victoria Agolia, a name etched in the heart of this scandal. She was just 15 when her life was tragically cut short in 2005. Victoria was a runaway, escaping a troubled home life, and fell prey to the same network targeted by Operation Augusta. She was exploited and abused, let down by the system that should have protected her. Victoria's story is not unique. She is one of many young girls failed by the system. Her death became a catalyst, bringing the issue of child sexual exploitation in Manchester to the forefront. It exposed the vulnerability of young people failed by the care system and highlighted the lack of urgency in addressing this horrific crime. Victoria's case was mishandled from the start, with missed opportunities to intervene and protect her. The police investigation into her death was flawed, and it took years for those responsible to be brought to justice. Victoria's legacy is a tragic one, but her story serves as a stark reminder of the importance of protecting vulnerable young people. It highlights the need for effective policing and a justice system that delivers for victims. In 2020, Mayor Andy Burnham commissioned an independent review led by Malcolm Newsom, a former social worker. It aimed to examine the handling of child sexual exploitation cases in Greater Manchester. The review's findings were damning, revealing significant failings by both GMP and social services. It concluded that opportunities to protect children were repeatedly missed, painting a picture of systemic failure. The review criticized the lack of communication between different agencies and the lack of resources dedicated to tackling child sexual exploitation. Burnham's response was swift. He publicly apologized to the victims and promised a complete overhaul of how these cases were handled. A new action plan was put in place, focusing on improving information sharing, providing better support for victims, and increasing accountability within the police and social services. The review and Burnham's response marked a turning point, acknowledging the failings of the past and offering a glimmer of hope for the future. But the road to change is long and arduous, with many questions still to be answered. The IOPC investigation is a crucial step in holding those in power accountable. Justice delayed is often justice denied, but this investigation is a step towards righting those wrongs. Operation Augusta was launched in 2004 to address the sexual exploitation of young girls in Manchester. It identified over 97 potential victims and over 100 potential offenders. It seemed like a breakthrough moment. But Operation Augusta was shut down in 2005, shrouded in controversy. Some argue it was under-resourced, lacking manpower and funding. Others suggest a lack of political will, blaming a culture that failed to hold perpetrators accountable. The closure of Operation Augusta represents a missed opportunity to protect vulnerable young people. It raises serious questions about the priorities of the police and the political establishment. The IOPC investigation is about more than just Operation Augusta. It's about the broader issue of accountability in law enforcement. It's about ensuring that those entrusted with protecting the vulnerable are held to the highest standards and restoring public trust in institutions that have failed so spectacularly. The investigation is still ongoing, involving interviewing former officers, reviewing mountains of evidence, and speaking to victims and their families. The hope is that it will provide some much-needed answers about what went wrong, who is to blame, and how similar failings can be prevented in the future. The investigation's findings could have far-reaching implications, potentially leading to criminal charges against former officers and prompting a fundamental reassessment of how child sexual exploitation cases are handled. More importantly, the investigation represents an opportunity for a long-overdue reckoning. Justice delayed is often justice denied, and for the victims of Operation Augusta, justice has been a long time coming. The IOPC investigation is a step towards righting those wrongs. It's a chance to show that, even in the face of such darkness, the pursuit of truth and accountability must never cease. The victims deserve justice, and the community deserves answers. This investigation is a crucial step in that direction.